Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Meghan Markle demands A-list acting roles. Meghan Markle considers her current acting offers as cheesy and beneath her. This is reported by The Express. Meghan has her eyes on breakout roles with A-list directors and actors. She even calls out Anna DuVernay. I think I pronounced that correctly. Anyway, Anna DuVernay, she's the director for Selma. Okay, that's a social justice piece. It did pretty well. It's rated 7.5 on IMDb, Internet Movie Database. She also directed Wrinkle in Time, starring none other than Oprah Winfrey, which was panned. That was also turned into a social justice piece, and it got 4.2 on IMDb. Okay, and the audience hated that because The Wrinkle in Time, because it's not a social justice piece, and this director turned it into a social justice piece, so it was very inappropriate, and the audience didn't like it. Elephant came out yesterday, also Dolphin Reef, narrated by Natalie Portman. Elephant, as we know, is narrated by Meghan Markle. It received, last night, I looked it up, it had a score of 4.1 on IMDb, a bomb. Okay, people are not liking it. The critics were rating it 3, on an average of 3. Okay, this morning, I looked it up, it's now rated 5.8. What happened between 11 p.m. last night and 11 a.m. this morning when I looked it up to rise from 4.1 to 5.8? Were people watching the movie overnight? I don't think so. Maybe Meghan is using bots and sugars. Dolphin Reef has basically stayed the same. It was rated 8.1 last night. And it was released the same day, and it's by Natalie Portman. She's doing the voiceover. And it went from 8.1 last night when I looked, and it's now down to 8.0, effectively the same. So let's take a look at some of these circumstances related to Meghan's acting career, because this is heating up. So the verdict is out. Okay, on Elephant, narrated by Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and that's how she's billed. That's not parlaying on her royalness. She could have called herself Meghan Markle. She could have called herself Meghan Windsor, but she was billed as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. So we have the critics. The critics came out. Some panned it. Some gave it 2. One gave it a 4. Most gave it 3s. So on average, the critics rated it a 3. And now the audience is starting to weigh in. It was 4.1, now 5.8. What is Hollywood's reaction, okay, to Meghan's first acting role, recent acting role? Because this decides, are the offers going to start rolling in, or full stop, or what's going to happen now? Are they going to step back and purse their lips like the fox here and say, well, okay, so the verdict is in. Okay, and then subsequent to this, Meghan puts out this offer. She wants A-list acting roles. Okay, she's trying to change the narrative, and she thinks she can get away with it, or that's just how it's played. Okay, so man, direct action, or man, cornucopia, everything and money, direct action, crossing about money, full stop. The money okay, my battery went out. So what this is saying to me is man, money, and no. I'm specifically asking about Hollywood's reaction to Elephant. The money tap is turned off. This is a major impediment, and on the mind is business. On the mind is business. It's a business decision. It's not personal, Meghan. It's business. Okay, you need to be a viable commodity. You need to be someone that we can sell, and that didn't go very well. Okay, the the movie is getting panned. They're saying, you were cheesy, and they said that, you know, she was just too. I haven't heard it myself. I'd be very interested, but I think she adopted a voice that was too chirpy and childish, and didn't have enough range to it. Outcome: Fox, Lovers, and Mustard Seed. Okay, Wise Decisions, 12, 14, 15, four clubs. Acting Opportunistically, the four-leaf clover. Okay, so in the future, they're going to pair her with a new project. She is going to get projects. Okay, but they're going to be wise about it. Does her performance and the reaction of the crowds and the critics, does that affect her future? Absolutely it does. This is the first one. She needed to hit it out of the park. She didn't. Her movie got panned. Okay, her movie got panned. So right now, everybody, Hollywood is reassessing where can they use Meghan. They don't want to offend her. She's associated with Harry. And I think when Harry's gone, maybe maybe she really needs Harry. Okay, and that's something I was not thinking prior. Okay, and I was thinking all along, once Meghan gets what she wants, she's going to kick Harry out. He's just the royal handbag holder at this point. But everything she has is through marriage to Harry into the royal family, and that's all the je ne sais quoi she's carrying around with her, and that's what's getting her this worldwide fame. This is what's getting her the wealth and everything that she wants, is her association with Harry. So I think it's inevitable that they will divorce and she will lose that association with Harry, but maybe she needs him more than I was calculating, more than I was thinking. But they are going to give her roles in the future, but this drastically affects Meghan's future offers. Okay, now the normal thing for actors and actresses is right before their new movie comes out, Iron Man, that guy, Downey Jr., what's his name? Something Downey Jr. Anyway, he'll go on all the talk shows right before the new Iron Man comes out and talk about how great the movie is and how much he loves everybody and blah, 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 and all the practical jokes they were playing on everybody. Here's a question. Why isn't Meghan being called up for talk shows? Okay, we see talk shows every day. I see them every day. Now, they're self-isolating. They're doing them from home now, which is not a big deal with the technology. But she can be called on talk shows, do them from home. Why isn't she being why isn't she being interviewed for talk shows for her new movie? And there's so many things to interview her for, and she's not being interviewed. What's going on? Are the talk shows not interested in Meghan? I'm clutching my pearls. You can't see it, but I'm clutching my pearls. Are the talk shows not interested in Meghan? Why isn't she being interviewed? All right, Trinity. Snake is deep underlying problems. City, 23, 6 clubs. Olive Tree, family, deep problems in the family, working, let's see. Trinity, working together in the world, working out these deep problems with the world. Okay, so I would interpret this Snake City Trinity as reputational problems, okay, due to her association with the royal family and her own family. Reputational problems. She is having reputational problems. People are not loving Meghan and Harry right now because their reputation is poor. There's this huge worldwide crisis occurring, and they decided to go to Hollywood. Okay, they're not paying attention. They're not caring about the United Kingdom and their people or his own family. Harry is acting just like Meghan, and people don't like this. What's underneath? Sun, this eight spades. Eight spades is the sickness card, and water into wine. The very public transformation and exit, Megxit, 16, 17, five hearts. They're reacting to the people, the world, all the people are reacting to this very public exit from the royal family, and they don't like it. So that is the stick in the spokes of the bicycle for Meghan, being popular. They need to clean up their reputation. Okay, now Meghan spoke of going to Japan to film commercials. There's big money there, okay? And there's good reasons for this, because the Japanese yen, it's about twice as expensive in Tokyo as it is in America, in like New York City. It's like twice as expensive. And New York City is about twice as expensive as most places in America. So it's like 4 times as expensive. So late stage, actors who are at the end of their career, they will typically go to Japan and film commercials for Japanese companies. A good example of this is Lost in Translation with Bill Murray and I can't believe I don't remember her name, but I love that movie. I love Bill Murray, and that's done by Coppola's daughter. And I love Coppola. He's my favorite director. I freaking love Coppola. So that's Sofia Coppola directed that film, and that's one of her big hits. So Bill Murray, he's an old-timey actor. He's not really doing any roles anymore, and he meets this young, beautiful girl. People are going to yell at me. But anyway, so he's just doing like this whiskey commercial. So will Meghan get offers from Japanese advertisers? Because the issue there is that she has such bad relationships. They're very big in the Asian cultures and Japan. They're very big on respecting the parents, respecting the family, taking care of people in their family. Japanese, Chinese, they're very big on this. Meghan's not doing that. She's completely rejected her family, which is odd. And Meghan and Harry have completely rejected the royal family, which, okay, that wants to fall out. So will Meghan get offers from Japanese advertisers? Okay, because there's huge money there, just simply because of the exchange rate. Oh dear. What's that 10 spades doing there? Okay, can we expect to see Meghan Markle get Japanese commercial offers? Well, underneath we have the 10 spades. In front of a disaster in the royal family, in front of all the people. So ruler is a good royal family. The crown, 23, 29, 8 hearts, water into wine again. It's this ongoing disaster. Water into wine. The wine never exhausts. This is Jesus' first miracle, turning water into wine. And he basically turned water into an unlimited amount of wine at a wedding. Okay, so he was out fasting for 40 days. He didn't drink any water or eat anything for 40 days. And so he came in and he's hungry. So the first thing he does is he goes to a wedding where there's a lot of food and and all he can drink. Food and drink, food and drink. So he turns water into wine. That's his first miracle. Because he's hungry. And thirsty. So this says, 8 hearts, this disaster is just ongoing. It's endless. It's endless in front of all the people and with the royal family. This disaster of relationships in front of the royal family is endless. That's what's underlying everything. The bad reputation from all of the broken, disastrous relationships. The sick relationships. What's on the surface? 4 diamonds, very good money card, very solid. Karmic relationship and butterfly. Okay, very public. So on the surface, and this is 10, 3 diamonds, Trinity, working together. I do see her getting some I do see them interested in hiring her for some commercials, and there's big money there. You know, their money is worth twice as much as ours, 2 to 4 times as much as ours. So if you're going to be paid, you know, $1,000 in the U.S., if they pay you the equivalent of $1,000 in Japan, it's worth $4,000 here in the U.S. And that's what's going on. That's why there's so much money for commercial work in Japan. It's just exchange rate. And the same thing works for us. If I, as an American, you know, with my money and my salary go to, say, Thailand or Vietnam, my money is just worth a whole lot more. I have a lot more purchasing power. I have like 4 times more purchasing power, or even more than that. Okay, so Harry is reportedly, he was reported as accompanying Meghan for her Disney voice recordings of Elephant. Okay, he's the royal handbag holder. He's the royal handbag carrier. Was he there? Because I don't believe Harry and Meghan are together. I believe that Harry's in rehab. If Harry and Meghan were together, Meghan would be snapping pictures of Harry, her beautiful husband, all the time and hanging all over him. If Archie was there, she would be snapping pictures of herself and Archie. If all 3 of them were there, she would be snapping pictures of herself and Harry and Archie being a big happy family. So let's look at this. I think this is fake news. Let's look at, well, Meghan's over here. So Meghan and Harry, did he accompany her to the voice readings? Meghan, executioner. Harry. And this shows you how powerful Meghan is, okay, that she can put out stuff like this. And there's a whole lot of people involved. You know, people let her into the building. There's people in the audio room. There's people setting up her mics. There's a whole lot of people involved. Assistants getting her coffee. People saying, on 3, 3, 2, 1, Meghan, you're on. You know, like that. There's a lot of people involved. Okay, and she came and she left and she had lunch and all kinds of things, all kinds of people saw this and would know if Harry was there. Okay, and yet she's going to put out, she's going to say this, she's going to say that, and she's powerful and influential enough that no one, they all keep their mouths closed. No one's going to say anything. So let's look at Meghan's side. Veil, secrets, a beautiful appearance, 10 and 13, 23. The family, 6 clubs, deeply, you know, Harry and Meghan are a family. Executioner. Executioner is very organized, will do anything, and has a plan. Okay, has a secret plan to make a nice appearance, to make a beautiful appearance about the family. So this is an ongoing, very organized plan to show a beautiful face for Meghan and Harry and the family. Me and Harry and Archie, we're doing great. We're doing great, 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 great. Okay, and that's the King of Spades. So it's not true. You know, it's an organized plan that she's executing. Okay, what's on Harry's side? Yes, or key events, crossroads, 2 or more options, or speaking with a forked tongue. He was out at the crossroads. The key is he was out at the crossroads in another environment or with his family, near his family, at the crossroads, either with his family, Mother Earth, okay, or just in another environment. Let's see. 12 and 9, 21, 26, finger of God, imposed circumstances. So he was ordered into rehab. 7 diamonds. This had 7 diamonds. He was ordered to go to rehab by the Queen and his family, Charles and the Queen. This is a family card. Great, because that's a pregnant mommy. It's a pregnant mother. So he was somewhere else. The key is that he was somewhere else and he was ordered into rehab by his family. Okay, so what do we have in the shadow situation? We have Magi and 4-leaf clover, 13 plus 4, 17, 5 hearts, reacting to circumstances. He's having a drinking and a drugging problem, and those go together very often. People don't necessarily just drink. They'll also take drinking as a downer, and they'll take uppers to compensate. Not that I would know. I don't know anything about that. I almost don't touch. Well, I do touch alcohol now, but I didn't touch it before the age of 45. I mean, I'll have a drink now and then, but very rarely. So Magi and four-leaf clover, they're manifesting. It's all smoke and mirrors. Okay, it's an organized effort by Meghan, spearheaded by Meghan. Harry is just off somewhere. He's somewhere else. He's not controlling any of the social media. He's not even inputting into the social media. He has bigger fish to fry, and it's all just an illusion at this point. Okay, and we didn't read Archie there, but I think we're going to find the same with Archie, and we'll have opportunities to read about Archie and where is Archie in other readings. Okay, let's review. What is Hollywood's reaction to Elephant, which came out and got nailed, got panned, and overnight the ratings raised like a lot, 1.7 points, almost 2 points it rose out of 10. So 4.1, it was 4.1 last night, and now it's 5.8. So that's below average. That's way below average. 5 is average, and it's getting like a D rating. Okay, so what's Hollywood's reaction to this? The money tap is turned off. This is a big problem, and it's all business, baby. I love you, baby. Meghan, we love you, baby, but it's just business. And they're going to very wisely pair her. They're going to give her some offers, okay? But they're going to be very wise about it. This is not going to be A-list. She'll get a role somewhere, but it's business. It's business. It's not personal, Meghan. It's business. Okay, she should be hitting all the talk shows right now and the radio programs, especially the radio programs. Radio's a little lower than TV talk shows. Okay, so definitely the radio and some TV shows. It's harder to get on the TV shows. Okay, and then now there's a billion YouTubers. She can also be interviewing with YouTubers, but she'll feel that she's too good for that. Why isn't she doing that? Well, there's all this reputational stuff. It's just so... The whole world is watching these terrible relationships that just... between Meghan and the royal family and Meghan and her family and now Harry and the royal family, it just keeps going and going. It's just an endless cycle. It's an endless news cycle that never exhausts. And they need to get out of that news cycle. They need to put some good news out there. And they're trying. It's not working. Okay, Meghan Markle and the Japanese commercial offers. Big money there, easy money there. This disaster with the royal family is really affecting that. And that's what's underlying. So this may even leak into Japan. I don't know how interested they are. I mean, they have like an emperor. They have a Japanese emperor. And I don't know if they still have an emperor. Maybe after World War II, they don't have an emperor anymore. I'm not that familiar. Somebody will tell me. But it does look like she will receive some offers from Japan to do some commercial work, and there's really good money there. Another thing that she should think about is doing Broadway. Okay, now you can't make a lot of money in Broadway. You're going to make $100,000 for a whole season. So that's really peanuts for them. That's not enough to keep them going. But, like Harry Potter, he went straight to Broadway. After making all that money as Harry Potter, he went straight to Broadway. And the reason is to prove himself as an actor. And now we're seeing him in starring roles in big Hollywood productions. And that's a really good way to prove that you're a real actor. Because even though Harry Potter is huge for the Harry Potters, Hollywood didn't think that, well, maybe this dude really can't act. He's just Harry Potter. But he proved himself by going to Broadway, and now he's getting leading roles as a leading man in Hollywood. So that's another option. That would be a very good option for Meghan to prove herself on Broadway. Harry accompanying Meghan as the royal handbag carrier to her voiceover roles. Did he do it? This is an organized secret plan by Meghan. Very, very organized executioner. And it's all smoke and mirrors. And Harry was somewhere else near his family and ordered by his family to be somewhere else. He was definitely not there, and no one's it would be interesting to see if anyone pokes their head up to say, nope, I never saw Harry and I was there. That could be a career ender for some like audio guy or something. Anyway, that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Many thanks to the generous people who have bought me a cup of tea. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.